UsborneBookBarn.com.
Hey, it's Melody with Usborne Book Barn, and I'd like to share with you our Shakespeare reference books. So this first one is called the Usborne World of Shakespeare with internet links. It has 64 pages. It's for ages 11 and up, and it's very meaty. So this is the one that is for kind of the older kids, or even for you. I've really enjoyed it. It has Flexi binding, which means it's that, hear that? It's like this kind of plastic coating cover. It's really great. It's in between hardback and paperback. Online and in a catalog, you'll see FL, which means that really nice flexi binding. Okay, so let's look inside. Okay, we have, if you want to pause, if you're really into this, you can pause and you can see the table of contents right there. Okay, so it talks about a little bit about everything. So, who was Shakespeare? So you see we have pictures from actual Shakespeare productions there too. Okay, stuff like this. Great double page spreads, nice little chunks of knowledge. His family tree. And I'll show you, I'll compare this to our newer one too. Okay, so lots of great stuff. Now, the one I wanted to show, okay, make sure you see that is in there. There's not nudity, it's close, but it talks about, it's a sketch from a medieval manuscript. It shows the parts of the body and their corresponding zodiac signs. Why is that important? Because Shakespeare talked about that, and you can read about it right there. Really interesting. Okay, so London life. So this is what this looks like. Now, I'm going to talk about another book in just a second, but I do want to compare really quickly. So, let me pull this out. And it's kind of confusing because they almost have the exact same name. Okay, so this one is called the Usborne World of Shakespeare. And this one is called World of Shakespeare Reference Book. Okay, they're both great, but they're for different age groups, really. So, this one, you got London Life, right? Nice. And then in this one, this is actually for a younger age, which I like. Okay. All right, can you see the difference? Okay, so this one has more, you see there's more text on the page. And this one, it looks, the text is kind of spread out more. It kind of looks more fun. Like, look at the fun font for London. Cute little graphics with the little speech bubble guys. Okay, so I'll talk about this one again in a minute. But anyway, just so you can kind of see the difference. What I like about this book that the other World of Shakespeare doesn't have. Okay, the globe. Okay, it has the globe, but it goes into so much detail, just about the stuff that the newer one doesn't, because the newer one is for the younger ages. So I love the pictures of the actual people doing the plays. I love that. Okay, now what makes this great? So in the back, oh, look at that. I love that. I love that. Okay, so in the back, okay, talks about his poems too. No nudity. They cut it off. Thank you. Okay, so it talks about his language, which the other one just, it mentions that he invented so many words. Okay, talks about that stuff right there. Was Shakespeare feminist? Racial prejudice, ghosts and gods, the issues in Shakespeare. Restoration Shakespeare. So just a lot of meaty stuff. Look at that. So cool. So this maybe is for someone who is pursuing acting, or oh, look at that. So timeline. This timeline, continued over the next 4 pages, follows the main stages and the run-up to a play's opening night, from the first decisions to the first night's performance. So like a year before, and then it goes all the way to, it's so interesting. It keeps going. The makeup. Isn't that so neat? I love Shakespeare. I taught high school. I taught high school English before I got married. And now look, you have the plots of the most popular Shakespeare plays. So great. So maybe your child is learning about Henry V. You're like, oh, well, that's great. And then you run up to your room and you're like, I don't know what that is. Let me look in the book. And you have a little snippet there, and you can, talk over the dinner table. Oh, yeah, I love Henry V when blah, 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 blah. and you just earn some cool points with your kids. Pretty cool. So it's got so, look at that. Awesome. And then it tells you up top, go to usborne-quicklinks.com for a link to a website where you'll find excellent plot summaries and guides to the characters and themes of all Shakespeare's plays. So that's where you get the internet linked from. I love it. Such a good reference book. Who's who in the world of Shakespeare? It talks about Francis Bacon, Richard Burbage, John Fletcher, Elizabeth I, Judi Dench. Hello. So great. Okay. And then a glossary of terms and phrases. Glossary of Shakespearean words. Very handy. Oh, I love it. Because who knows what a coney is? Do you know? No? Yeah, I didn't either, but it's in here. It's a rabbit. Okay. Keel. You know what keel means? To skim. Hurley. It's not what you think. It means a noise. So I love that isn't... Look. And then a glossary of Shakespearean characters. Y'all, this needs to be on your shelf. So if you have... Okay, then important date. And then websites. So who is this book good for? This book, I'm telling you from experience, is good for your 9th or 10th grader for sure. I taught 9th and 10th grade English, and we did Romeo and Juliet in 9th grade, Julius Caesar in 10th grade, and I wish I had this for my kids back then, because not all of them would have enjoyed it, because, you know, your normal 15, 16-year-old is not going to go read a Shakespeare book for pleasure, but for the ones who I know would have loved this, they would have eaten this up. It's so, so great. So I love this book, The Usborne World of Shakespeare, Flexi binding, ages 11 and up, and it is, how much is it? $11.99. It's a steal, especially because it has that great internet link part of it where, you can get so much more information online, but it shows you where to go. You don't have to do your own internet search and just waste your time. So I love this. Now, the World of Shakespeare book just came out. Okay, so here they are side by side. Okay, so what's the difference? This one is $9.99. It's cheaper. It's hardback, and it only has 32 pages. Okay, and it's for ages 10 and up. So you get the little bit younger. The other one's 11 and up, but it can go, I enjoyed it. But I also enjoy this one, and for different reasons. I like that it's kind of shorter, to the point. If you're just getting into Shakespeare, this is a really great starting point because of the way that it's laid out. If you want to pause, there's a table of contents. You can pause and check that out. I'm sorry this video is jumpy. I'm going to investigate the jumpiness later. Okay, so I love that it kind of looks more fun than the other one, right? You got the fun stuff going on with the fonts. It just looks a little newer, okay? So that is really great. Okay, I showed you London. Okay, so it just looks more fun, I guess. Okay, a little more inviting, a little newer. Okay, I said all that. Now, the difference, this book does not have all the extra stuff at the end like this book did. Okay, it doesn't have the stuff about acting and costumes and makeup and who's who. Okay, but it does give you the basics. It talks about his plays. That was the history. There's the part on the globe. Okay, great. And then it talks about his comedy. So here's the history. It talks about the history plays. And then you have the comedies. But it's just like a double page spread for those. Oh, look at that. Cute little puck. Okay. And then the problem plays where they weren't quite sure. His poems. So sorry for the jumpiness. I see it too. Okay. Love and Death, his tragedies. Okay. And then it lists them right there. And then that's pretty cool. Tragic Kings. But there's not a big, you're not going to get all the plot summaries. You're not going to get, it's not going to talk about Judi Dench in this one. And it talks about the words he made up, how his legacy continues. Okay. but you do have a fun timeline. Okay, so it is for the younger set, but if someone is just starting out with Shakespeare, even if they're older, this is a great place to start, and just to kind of get them into it. So I love it. $9.99 hardback, and then you have this one, which is $11.99. So $9.99, $11.99. They're both great. I would put both in your bookshelf. And you can get yours at usbornebookbarn.com. And be sure to check out more of my Shakespeare videos and just videos in general. I have lots of books and I do lots of videos. And if there's one that you're looking for in particular, just message me on Facebook or comment on my business page, Usborne Book Barn, and I'll make a video for you if I have it. Have a great day. Bye.